Why, hello there. I'm the developer of the Rune Venture server, and today I'm giving you guys a tutorial on Towny. Towny is super important for how our server functions. So we're going to go ahead and go into the main menu for your research, Towny. Now, Towny is always unlocked. As soon as you join the server, it is unlocked. If you're playing through the tutorial and it doesn't look like it's unlocked, don't worry, that's just the tutorial menu to teach you how to do things. Everybody has access to Towny because it is the glue that holds our server together. You see, what is a server beyond just the communities that it's in? And Towny helps you build those communities. Let's see how we use it. First, we're going to do /town create and then type a name. I'll type Camelot. And ta-da, you see all these wonderful green particles? And that is that I claimed this chunk. If you don't know where the chunks are, hit F3 and G at the same time, and it'll show you these little outlines of where your chunk is. Now, to be able to do some initial setup, you want to do /town set board and then hello, or whatever else you want. Simply, whenever a player pops onto the server, it will show this little message saying hello. If you go into your /town, it'll show you some basic information about the town and also a little quick message. Next is getting the players into your town. How do you get all your friends to enjoy the wonderful world that you're building? Well, you have to do /town, invite, and then type in their username. So random135. Now this player is offline, so it wasn't able to have them join the town. But that's also because my town is public, which means any player can just join it. And I'll teach you guys how to change that in just a second. Now, next thing you might have noticed is the little action messages down here saying wilderness. Well, that simply means that I have yet to claim this chunk. I need to do /town claim and just that. And now green particles come up and voila. Now let's fly around and claim as many chunks as we can. We'll claim this one and 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 keep on going. Oh, and there's the limit. Not enough available town blocks to claim this selection. So you see, there is a limit to how many chunks your town can own. Alright, and this limit is based on how many players you have in your town. Small towns, small amount of area. Big towns, lots of area. Very simple. Become a big town, create a metropolis, have fun. Alright? Now, I want to show you guys some other basics that you need to know. So type /town menu, just like this, hit enter, and here you can see a couple different settings. It'll show you your Camelot option. It will allow you to teleport to your spawn, which we want to show you guys what to do with spawning. Because spawning to people's towns is one of the main forms of transport, as there aren't a lot of warping. You can either go to our spawn on the world or to your town spawn right here. So what if you want to move your town spawn? Well, you can also go into /town menu, go into town management, go into town settings, and click change town spawn. And now you see the little critical particles are below me. All right. Some other settings you can do in here is seeing your bank. Your bank is super important because it costs money to upkeep a town. Alpha testers, this does not apply to you. Thank you very much for helping test our server out. So the town bank, right here, you can add, deposit, or withdraw economy. Now, you don't really have much in the way of transaction history, so we'll have economy turned on once the alpha version is finished and we're released into open beta. Next, in town menu, you can see who's online. That would be me. And you can see just simply all the residents that you have. Well, you can also toggle some things regarding these residents. You can kick them out of your town. You can manage their rank. Ranks in this are not like factions. These are mostly all roleplay oriented. Alright, you can give them surnames and titles. Going back, we'll also look at town management for your options. So you can toggle things like explosions, fire spread, mob spawning, PvP, and if it's public or not public. So I can toggle if I want it to be now not public, meaning players cannot simply join this. They will now require an invite to join the town. So how do these all necessarily work? Well, let me show you. Toggle explosions, we'll go ahead and just enable explosions. And I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what's going to happen. This TNT will blow up and destroy a whole bunch of blocks. Oh, and there goes a chunk of my town. Yeah. Now, one thing that you guys can do is also set permissions for different groups of people. So that's town set perm. And then you'll do for allies, for outsiders, for nation members, for residents, and you can also do it for friends. So what specifically you do, you select a group of people, so the residents of your town. You can toggle if they're allowed to build or not. You can also toggle if they're allowed to destroy blocks, if they're allowed to use items like shields and ender pearls, or if they're allowed to switch, which means interacting with things like chests and buttons and levers. This way, you can also allow outsiders to open doors in your shopping districts or such by simply doing the town set perm for outsiders and set their switch to true while saying they're building and destroying to false. You can do so much with this. Moving along to plots. So with plots, you can interact with individual chunks. So let's go into our plot perm HUD. This will open a little scoreboard on the right side of your screen that will allow you to see the different settings for your permissions. So in this chunk, I have explosions on, whereas in this chunk, I can do /plot menu, go over to toggle, and set permission for explosions to be off, and you saw it update there on your right side. Now it is disabled. I can also disable PvP, and now if we... Oh. PvP is disabled. Well, that'll update in a little bit. I'm not too worried. Anyways, so in here, we'll go ahead and look. You can also claim plots. You can also set plots for sale. Now, what sales mean is that anybody can go ahead and buy this plot. It means that I could go in and buy it for $0, or you can also set it for a certain amount. So I could do /plot for sale, and then within circle, you can also select multiple plots that way. You're able to toggle how much your plots cost once the economy is enabled. All right, and now you can also set different plot types. So you can set its name and you can set its type. So here, most of these are for roleplay, such as the shop or the inn, but some of these do have permission effects. One of them is embassy. Embassy plots allow players from other towns to buy it if it's for sale. They then get any per plot permissions that has. They could possibly build or destroy in that plot if you wanted to allow outsiders to be able to enjoy, constructing in your town. You have arenas, which allow PvP. You have then the wilds, which allow any player with the build and destroy permissions in that chunk to only build or destroy naturally generating blocks like logs, stone, ores. The farm is like it. It allows any player who already has the permission to destroy and build blocks to only destroy or build crops. This is a great way to be able to handle who's allowed to do what where. You can also add trusted players to add new players for who's allowed given extra permissions even if they didn't buy the plot. Now, if you want to do /town menu, here we go. We'll go into residents and we'll go friends. So friends are related to this. So friends allow a player to add new people to their plot. So if I go here, see random 135 is one of my friends. This means that even if one random 135 is not part of my town, they'll be able to build in the chunk that I buy. Let's say you have some player who's abusing the chunk systems and they're allowing all tons of griefing it, or it looks super ugly. Well, all you can do is /plot evict, and it will evict whoever is in that plot and owns it at the moment. All right, so let's go disable this annoying little HUD and move along. Next is nations. Nations, as you may have heard earlier about setting permissions for nation members, they are simply conglomerates of towns, a group of towns that are all allied together. It's pretty simple as that. Now, I just want to make sure that I caught everything that you need to, which including, nation menus. So you can see in here, this is just like the town menu, but it works for a player's nation. You can see plot menu, town menu, residence, teleport to your spawn, all that good stuff. So that pretty much wraps up everything. If you still have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments and I will make sure to answer them. Thank you guys so much and have a good day.